Hi, it's Michelle Birdsong. I'm gonna make a video excerpts from a video called "The Replacing Error with Truth" channel. On the video, you Google thoughts introduced into water produce. Okay, and also I was watching a Bongiorno show, and he was advertising Genucel.com, and it says look 10 to 20 years younger. So I didn't try it yet, but I'm just telling you in case you want to look 10 to 20 years younger. Okay, note, as I've explained in other videos, my children sing birdsong. Robin Michelle Birdsong, Melanie Lynn Spear, I got pictures of them right here. They sing birdsong. Robin Michelle Birdsong and Melanie Lynn Spear. What about them? Craig and Anthony Craig Williams. I don't have a picture of him. He has another mother. But anyway, they started out in my heart as the love of their father by me. I did not realize at the time I selected their fathers to be my love, to do love with. I did not know babies, too, are first created by the mother's thought. That man is perfect. That man I could love. However brief the thought, it is powerful. Scientist Greg Braden tells us the woman knows how she feels about the man 3 seconds after she meets him. The children, twins, I am carrying in my womb currently, which is January 5th, 2020, in my womb, were created when I was with their fathers. In other words, Jesus Christ, now being as Govinda Singh Dillon, and my father, the Son. And knowing that they were perfect, altogether satisfying. Will Rogers of the Replacing Error with Truth channel says that thought then produces a feeling. Note, in my case, the feeling was excitement, exhilaration, love. That feeling, Will Rogers explains, then produces a product or a service. Note, my children are the products of my thoughts, selecting their fathers, then having feelings about their fathers and me, loving. Eve now being as Michelle Birdsong's thoughts about Adam being all right, feeling love for Adam. This is Adam now being as Michael Bublé. Resulted in 5 children. Cain now being as Captain Devin Gangadine. Abel was Adam and Eve's son, now being as Michael Phelps. Seth, their third and perfect son, now being as Will Smith. And Awan, the first born baby girl in the world, now being as Melanie Lynn Spear. And Azura, now being as Robin Michelle Birdsong, the youngest child born to Adam and Eve. Okay. Eve, mother of all living thoughts, created the descendants of Adam and Eve. You. I for why, O for ordered, U for you. Eve says, I ordered you. Dr. Rogers at the Replacing Error with Truth channel says he doesn't know anybody on earth that can create more than me, talking about himself. Note, Eve, mother of all living, started the human population. Started. S for C, T for true, ART for art, Eve decided. C, true art, Eve decided. True art are human beings. And the human population, that means Eve is responsible for the creation of 7 billion people. 7 billion people owe their lives to Eve, V-E, Venus, goddess of love. Eve invented us. Adam and Eve is us. Us, you, United States. Us, under the sky. Have you created 7 billion anything, Dr. Rogers? He said nobody had created more than him. Or is this a vanity of vanities? All is vanity moment. Is this an all is vanity moment? Vanity of vanities from Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 2 in the King James Version of the Bible. King James is being as Robin Michelle Birdsong. Roger said, what I've said to you in this hour and a half that I've been talking is this most powerful, other than the word verb. Did you follow that? Roger said, Will Rogers of the Replacing Error with Truth channel, the one that I'm doing excerpts in the video about, said, what I've said to you in this hour and a half that I've been talking is this most powerful, other than the word verb. So you have to be a verbalist. You can no longer be a vibrationalist. And then Eve decoded vibrationalist. Let's see, how's that work? Vibra, harp, rationalist, library, at, I-O-N, which means pleasure, ordered, mild read, in. List of songs on Edwin Birdsong and Michelle Birdsong album, What It Is. Includes the song Mild Red Skin wrote, Pretty Brown Skin, with vibra harpist Roy Ayers. The song concludes by saying, beauty's not out, it's within your heart, brain, and mind. But to be politically correct, which is communist speak, Roy Ayers removed that fact of life, that beauty's not out, it's within. So if you want the truth of skin color, as Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., now being as Lou Ranziger, Eve's grandson, taught, judge a being not by the color of his or her skin, but by the content of their character, their heart, brain, mind. M.A. Ma, Mother of the Earth, train of thought. That's how she chose her babies. Her babies' daddies. Daddies decoded. Do add intelligence and energy source. Do add I for intelligence, E for energy, S for source. Satan, source, Satan, negative, or God, positive. That's your choice. The other songs on the list of Edwin Birdsong album, What It Is. Words, Stories, Rhymes by Timothy L. Birdsong, Eve are. Number 1, The Uncle Tom Game. Number 2, The Spirit of Do. Number 3, My Father Preaches That God is a Father. Replacing error with truth. The pointlessness of all human activity is the major theme of the book in Ecclesiastes. Note up until now. The author, like Job, insists that God's laws must be kept, whether keeping them results in happiness or sorrow. The problem, Dr. Rogers says he has 300 books sitting I got lost for a moment. Sitting in his garage. He's pumping out 33 books right now, he said. They're all breaking down the mysteries. Eve, Mother of All Living, has books for sale at Amazon.com, including Amazon Kindle. She has over 100 videos on Michelle Birdsong YouTube channel, Michelle Birdsong Vimeo, and Mildred Birdsong YouTube channel currently. She has radio shows on Blog Talk Radio and Mainstream Includes channel, Weed vs. Beer, on YouTube. And thanks for checking out Mainstream Includes, which is her first video on YouTube. Thanks for checking out Mainstream Includes. She has a hands-on created wall of her loves, photos, images. She did this all by herself. Okay, and up here. Okay. So we're just trying to see if Dr. Rogers is a Superman or if Eve is a Superwoman. So she got these photo images at her workspace for 3+ years. Her workspace has been for 3+ years at St. Francis of Assisi Residence 3 in Chelsea, Manhattan, New York. And this, I told you, her daughter, Robert Michelle Birdsong, was St. Francis of Assisi. Timothy L. Birdsong's Eve photo collages were recently exhibited in downtown Manhattan, uptown Manhattan, and Mumbai, India. Timothy L. Birdsong, Eve, Mother of All Living, Venus, Goddess of Love, Daughter of the Sun, God, has the contents for 3 Broadway musicals, Mr. and Mrs. Jesus Christ, Love Struck 3, and What It Is 2. She and her first husband, Edwin Birdsong, created albums, What It Is. And here's a picture of the album, of the album cover, What It Is. So they created this album, What It Is, and Supernatural. The musicals are works in progress, awaiting backers. Who's got Eve's back? Her current book, the current book that Eve is working on is called Einstein Explains God's Plan to the World. At first I said, Einstein explains God's plans to the average person. And then I said, but that leaves out the royals and the rich people. That's not fair. So that's why I changed it to Einstein's Explains God's Plan to the World. In the book is the explanation of the serpent. He is Stevie Wonder, the snake that was Adam's penis. Adam's penis was the serpent, was a snake, see? God on earth is now being as Gurinder Singh Dillon. Eve is a projection of Einstein, or rather Einstein was a projection of Eve, Timothy L. Birdsong. Time is a man-made construct, so everything didn't happen at the same time, when in fact everything did happen at the same time. Also, you need to know what Jesus Christ, being as Charan Singh, now being as Gurinder Singh, told Eve. There's no such thing as a coincidence. Vanity of all vanities moment. SpaceX's new Starship prototype could fly in just 3 months. Elon, Hebrew name, Musk, says SpaceX's newly redesigned prototype of its Mars colonizing Starship craft could get off to and then it cuts out. And this is at space.com. Watch the video, says Eve. Earth is under arrest by God on the Mild Red Bird Song YouTube channel. Earth is under arrest. Okay. Will Rogers said, back to the video, Will Rogers said, the Bible talks about the mystery of the kingdom of God, talking about water. Anybody know what MIST is, he asks. So mist, it says, is a cloud of tiny water droplets suspended in the atmosphere. Okay, let's decode atmosphere. AT at MA, M for Ma, O for order, S for she, P for presents, H for here. At Ma's order, she presents here. Eve, ether. Eve, earth, mother's, atmosphere, energy. Does anybody know the mist story? Asked Will Rogers. They don't know it better than me, says Will Rogers. What is the mystery of the gospel? The word gospel means ghost speller. Something short. God hosts. Oh, ghost means God hosts, said Rogers. A host is someone that's entertaining a foreign dignitary. Ye are a G-host, it says Negro. That's my problem. My problem is that I understand the mystery, he says. The Bible said flesh and blood cannot enter into my kingdom. You've got to be born of the water and the spirit. This, continues Will Rogers, is a story about plasma. This is a story about amniotic fluid. This is a story about how thoughts introduced to water produces light. If you do not